What's the difference between naturalistic and moralistic fallacy? Have you ever wondered how we determine what is right or wrong? It turns out, the way we think about facts and morals can lead us to some common mistakes. Today, we will look at two such errors, the naturalistic fallacy and the moralistic fallacy. Understanding these can help clarify our discussions about ethics and morality. The naturalistic fallacy happens when someone claims that because something exists in nature, it should be accepted as good or morally acceptable. For instance, if someone says, "Aggression is natural, so it must be okay," they are making this fallacy. This reasoning assumes that what occurs in nature is inherently good. Philosopher G.E. Moore discussed this idea, arguing that the term good cannot be defined solely by natural properties. This fallacy often appears in arguments that justify social norms based on what is considered natural or biological. On the other hand, the moralistic fallacy is the opposite error. It assumes that because something ought to be a certain way morally, it must be that way in nature. For example, if someone claims, "Violence is wrong, so humans cannot be naturally violent," they are committing this fallacy. This reasoning ignores evidence from nature that may conflict with our moral beliefs. It can lead to denying uncomfortable truths about human behavior simply because they clash with our ideals. The key difference between these two fallacies lies in their direction of reasoning. The naturalistic fallacy moves from what is natural to what ought to be, while the moralistic fallacy moves from what ought to be to what is natural. From an ethical perspective, both fallacies highlight the need to distinguish between descriptive statements, which describe what is, and normative statements, which describe what should be. Ethical reasoning requires a careful assessment of how facts relate to values without mixing them up. Avoiding the naturalistic fallacy is important because it prevents justifying harmful behaviors simply because they occur in nature. Similarly, avoiding the moralistic fallacy helps us acknowledge scientific realities, even if they are uncomfortable or conflict with our moral beliefs. Understanding these fallacies can clarify debates in moral ontology, which studies the nature and origin of moral values. By ensuring that ethical conclusions are not mistakenly derived from natural facts or vice versa, we can support more honest discussions about ethics and morality. So, next time you hear someone make a claim about nature and morality, think about whether they might be falling into one of these traps.